Going into this new season of the Missed Apex Cup, we are going to be moving from the old faithful of the old Dallara F3 into the Formula Renault 3.5. Now, you have to remember, these cars are very, very different. One is a entry-level single-seater racer, the other is a ferocious fire-breathing beast. I mean, let's compare the two. The F3 has a 2-litre, 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated engine that produces 220 horsepower and 260 newton meters of torque, weighing in at 550 kilograms, which means it puts out 400 horsepower per tonne. It's known for its nimble handling and its precise steering, making it a popular choice for drivers to hone their skills on the circuit. Now, if we take a look at the Formula Renault 3.5, this car has a powerful 3.5 litre V8 engine which delivers a whopping 530 bhp and 440 newton meters of torque. It's slightly heavier than the F3, weighing in at 711 kilos, but thanks to its impressive power output, it still manages to put out an astonishing 774 horsepower per tonne. This is a great next step for Missed Apex to really show what this field of talented drivers can really put out. Now it's time to get on the track, and I will show you the best way to get the car around the circuit before you start trying to push and find the limits. So here we are in the Formula Renault 3.5 at a Missed Apex favourite being the Nürburgring. Had many great races here. Now, things to remember with this car: it's got a crap load of horsepower. It's got twice the horsepower of the Formula 3. So you have to be really careful getting on the throttle, because if you just jab at the throttle, it'll do that. Okay? So just be aware, you can't just poke at it like you would do on the F3. That's where we're going to see people making the most mistakes. Also, the thing to remember: you are going to be travelling so much faster when you get to corners than when you were in the F3. So you have to brake a bit harder. Yes, it's got better brakes than the F3 as well, but they do lock up. So you do have to worry, or not worry, you do have to think about that. Coming to here, flat through here. Feels on edge, but it is nice, you can go flat. Now into here, if you just throw it in like you did with the F3, you'll just go straight off the circuit like that. What you've got to do is get it down the brakes, get onto that curb and carry the speed through. The key with this car is to keep on the throttle most of the way through the corner. So we're going to come to here, we're going to brake at the 100 meter board, we're going to get down to second gear, apply a little bit of throttle all the way through just to keep that balanced platform. You have to treat the throttle like it's connected to the steering wheel. So the more and more you put the throttle on, the more and more you have to straighten up the wheel. Alright, so here we come down to turn 100 meter board, brake at second gear, into first. It runs a little bit wide out there. Again, get it straightened. Second gear, trail the brake in. You can go a little bit tighter than I just did there. As you can see, I'm not on a very good lap, but I'm trying to talk to the camera. So, in the F3, this is almost flat. In this, you have to have a bit of a brake and a downshift. You want to be close to the curb than that. See, it's easy just to run wide, but you can recover it, which is good. Again, you want to brake a bit deep into this corner, not that deep, and then you slingshot it back up the hill. So, into here, 100 meter board, fourth gear, fourth or third, whatever you feel comfortable with. Open this one up, then build the throttle up. Straight through this corner. So come up to the chicane again. It doesn't like the curbs too much, this car, so you have to brake hard. Second gear, miss the curb, Keep that throttle on, get it straight and get on the power. We'll do one more lap. Get the power on. Haven't even thought about the DRS yet. Don't worry about the DRS, but just make sure you have a button set up for the DRS. Ooh, bit of understeer there. This car is a difficult car to drive. It's not the cakewalk that the F3 was. Have to dig out a little bit more from your bags of tricks to get this car around the circuit. But I think we're going to have some wonderful racing in it. But you have to roll on the brakes, roll on the throttle. It's all got to be one movement, it's all got to be connected. So I hope that video has given you a little bit of insight into the way that this car needs to be driven. Those laps were by no means the fastest lap and showing you the best ways around the track. It was just making you understand how to drive this car. I think we're going to have a great season. It's a great challenge. It's going to need a little bit of practice. You're going to have to unlearn things that you learned in the F3 to make this car work for you. But just remember, you're dealing with a car that is twice as powerful. So you do have to really think about those throttle inputs. You're braking from much higher speed, so you've got to think about your balance coming in. But just to roll on and roll off the brakes, you have to keep a little bit of throttle on all the way through the corner just to keep the car balanced. It's a really good opportunity to work on your skill set for iRacing and hopefully make you a much better driver. Looking forward to the season going forward, and I will see you on track.